Yeah, of course, the program's somewhat similar, but somewhat different also. Western started playing women's basketball here in the mid-'60s. Did not actually become part of the athletics department, the bigger scheme of things, until like 1974. And of course, we had a rich history before that with hosting the national championship tournament here in '71, and then of course the signing of Jane Arledge to the first female scholarship. She was the first high school player in Western North Carolina to get an athletic scholarship, and that was to play basketball here at Western in the '74-'75, along in that period. But we actually started playing at UNC Asheville, I think the first time was '68, if I remember correctly, and it was sort of a hit and miss. We played them fairly regularly through that period of time, but we had some little lapses in the rivalry. But like the men's side of it, it was probably our most significant non-conference game, other than the money games that we played when we occasionally would play Tennessee or North Carolina State or someone like that. But again, the Appalachian State has always been Western's big rival in all sports. But the women's program, as it grew and became a more significant part of the athletics program from the mid-'70s on, those games became very important. And like the men, we had some lapses in our series, in the rivalry, and we got to that point that we were now playing them. Well, we were playing for quite some time, only once a year, a home-and-home basis. I don't know why. I think they had that little trophy they were awarding for several years that went to the winner of those games and all the athletics contests. But again, some very exciting games, a lot of big upsets in the rivalry. Seems like for a long time there, we would handle UNCA on their home floor, and they would come over here and beat us. But one of probably the wildest ball games, I was here at Western. We were down by 2 points in a ball game with 1.5 seconds to play. We inbounded the ball in front of our own bench, and our young lady, I'm trying to remember exactly who that was right now, but just threw the ball in. Actually, I don't even think she saw the basket because there were hands in front of her. It went in, and we won the ball game. And everyone I think it was just one of the weirdest things. People stood there and just looked around at each other and saying, like, what happened? Oh, we won! And maybe it took like a 5-second lapse for everybody to figure out what had happened. It is very important, and again, it has really helped to promote interest in both UNCA's women's program and Western's women's program. And some of the people that we had signed over the year, like Beth Crisp from Reynolds High School, who UNC Asheville really wanted. Of course, Jane Arledge joining us, and then Lauren Powell. That was probably what it really stung them when she came over to Western, and instead of going to UNCA. Of course, we've had some things on the other side with the local young ladies from this area that have gone to UNCA, and that just adds to the rivalry. But it's very important for both programs, I think, and that's why I would love to make sure that both the men's and women's program, we need to play each other twice a season to promote this. And with their new facility there, I think that really helps also. A lot of we had some, maybe, I don't know, I wouldn't call it trepidation, but some thoughts about when they come over here playing in an arena that seats well over 7,000 people, in the old days of going over to Justice Gymnasium, where you might could cram 1,000 people into that cracker box. Such a home court advantage. But we have actually played their women's program in the Civic Center in Asheville. But I just think it's very good for everything about the schools for them to meet, say, twice a year in basketball, both men's and women, and in fact all sports.